Hey guys, so for today's video, I just kind of wanted to do something chill and not too stressful. I've been working on another video and I was going to put it up last week, but it ended up being a much bigger process than I anticipated. So I'm taking a break from the editing on that one just to post something a little bit simpler and a little bit more relaxed. So you can see here I had a sketch that I had started. I had just been doodling, nothing serious, and I came across this idea of maybe drawing like an end card. So I decided to record my process for this. So you saw that I had a very simple light blue sketch that I then sketched over a more detailed sketch, and now I'm starting the line art. So like I said, it's nothing too complicated, and I just drew myself again, I know, chilling and drinking some coffee and drawing. I promise not all of the videos are going to be like video drawings of myself, but like I said in the last video, it's kind of what I revert back to when I'm feeling kind of uninspired or uncreative. I just kind of draw myself. I think it's just I don't feel confident enough to draw like a character that other people are familiar with, or if I draw my own characters, I tend to get frustrated when they don't come out right. But if I draw myself and it doesn't look great, then I'm like, whatever. It's just me. So I do that a lot, and I guess I get inspired from the little everyday things a lot. So I like drawing a lot of little everyday moments, quiet things, and the little things that you forget about, I guess, otherwise. I actually keep like a little sketchbook. It's not little, it's big, but it's only filled up a little bit yet, with just some stories, like visual stories and things that happen to me on the day-to-day basis. And I love keeping track of little things that happen that way. And I've always found that the drawings I do of myself are a nice visual history of my life, I guess. So that's all I'm doing here is I was just drawing a simple sketch of myself for an end card because I thought it would be cute. But you can see I fought with the legs on this drawing a lot. I don't know if I'm the only person, but for some reason drawing crossed legs is so difficult for me. I've tried drawing this pose probably a million times over the years, and I never feel like it turns out right. But I got it to look at least halfway decent, and then I totally messed up the perspective on the sketchbook. I didn't realize it until after I finished this drawing, and I regret that already. But it's okay, it's a relaxing drawing. I don't know if I end up doing it, but I was thinking about titling this coffee break just because it's a nice, relaxing break away from stressful other things. And the last few days have been kind of long for me, and depending on when this gets posted, this is right before Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is a big, busy holiday for me, so I needed to take a break from editing that other video that I mentioned, and I'm going to get that posted soon. It was supposed to be multiple videos, but I think I'm going to give up after this one because it became a lot more complicated than I intended. And part of that was the programs that I'm using. I'm obviously quite new to this, and I'm not really familiar with different editing programs and recording programs. I'm currently just using, I think it's OBS for recording my screen, and I'm using Windows Movie Maker to record, or not to record, to edit my videos. And both of them were acting up while recording the other video. And on top of that, my audio has been not friendly. Anyways, yeah, so enough talking about a video that is not this video, but if you do have recommendations for how I can do better at the recording process or the audio process, any of that, or if you know of a program that's reasonably priced and works well, then I'd love to hear it. I'm definitely in the market for a better editing program at least. So I was really, really tempted in this drawing to draw myself yet again in another gray sweater. I didn't realize this until recently, but I think that about 70 or 80% of my closet is gray, but I'm trying to diversify a little bit. So I drew my blue sweater. I have a blue sweater. So that's what I drew. Yeah, here's me fighting with the colors. I gave up and admitted to or gave up and just decided to go with the blue, but I have a gray pillow and a gray blanket, which I both do have in real life. I actually have 3 or 4 gray pillows. And I love these big body pillows. They're so comfy. And I drew myself with a cup of coffee because I love drinking coffee, although I only drink it in the morning. If you're having trouble sleeping and you're drinking a lot of coffee, it could be because you're drinking a lot of coffee. I used to have a lot of problems with sleeping and insomnia, and one of my rules, I guess, for preventing it from reoccurring is to not drink coffee in the afternoon or evening. So, this is going to be a pretend morning time coffee break, even though I drew this over like 4 days in small periods. The total drawing time was about 2.5 hours, maybe a little bit more, because I didn't record the sketching part. So yeah, so I drew this over a couple of days, and I'm actually recording this in the late at night because it's the only time when I can get it quiet enough to do that. But what am I doing here? I am adding some shading, and again, I kind of went kind of loose on this one. In reflection, I wish I had been a little bit more careful with the shading and such. I could have made it more polished, but I really just wanted to have a kind of relaxing drawing and not stress myself out too much. And I kind of strayed a bit from my normal style in some ways, I guess. I feel like the way that I inked this one was a bit different. You can see I added some pink overlay and some pink shadows, especially to the skin. I did a bluish purpley multiply layer and did the shading on all of the drawing but the skin, and then on the skin I did a more pink color shading. I've really been enjoying pink in my illustrations lately, which is so weird for me because never in my life have I enjoyed the color pink, but I did a drawing, I don't know, a few weeks ago, not a few weeks ago, a few months ago, and it was very pink, and I loved it, and I was very surprised. So I've been testing with putting a little bit more pink in most of my drawings. Again, I usually have a very heavy blue purpley palette, as you can probably tell from this and just about any other drawing, but I want to experiment with some more color styles and things. So you can see here, just like with the other video that I showed, I have gotten done with the base shading and colors and everything, and I'm just going over it with some more detailing on top of everything. I didn't flatten it this time. I don't know why. Oh, it was because I was trying to keep the image kind of separated in case I wanted to use it for other things or change the background. I wasn't entirely settled on what I wanted to do with this image, so I went in over everything and added some details, and you can see I'm adding in the smoke to the coffee. This looks completely different from the rest of the drawing, but I really liked the way that it turned out. And I actually think that this is almost done now, so I know this was a bit of a kind of free-form, loose video, but I hope you enjoyed watching it. And if you liked it, let me know, or if you'd rather see something different or see something changed, I would really appreciate the feedback so I can try to make my videos better. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.